timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Wilson to throw right away. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll run with Hall. Pushes him over and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Ball again. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Forced out to his left, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing, so he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now Wilson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Jets try. But the 4th down play doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. The drive will start with an option going left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's Jermaine Johnson stopping that play before it begins, dropping it for a loss. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Hall on a give up the middle. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. One more time with Hall. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. In motion is Grant. On 4th down, Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
2nd and 10.
Squeeze, double. Watch twins. Sponge.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The return from his end zone is Grant. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Here's 2nd and 10.
In motion is Grant. To throw on second is Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Moore, the motion man right.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to look deep for Moore. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
57. Mike, 57. Get the ball.
Watson looks to throw again. And got his man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Moore, the man in motion. To the air yet again, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on.